Hello, good morning. You're watching Chris on Real Talk, and it is Tuesday, the 8th of December 2020. So I've got a few things to talk about today. If you've been drawn to this video because you've seen the title, really, and there's not really a thumbnail because I don't really do that very often, but apparently the rules do not apply to rich people. And by rich people, I'm specifically talking about this woman here. Hi, Rita. How are you? It's nice to see you. Always been a fan of you, Rita. You know, I've always like watching you on the telly. Always like watching you on was it The Voice? Yes, like your music, Rita. I think you're really talented, Rita. Happy birthday, Rita. Ooh, shalom. And if you don't know, that's a reference to Friday night dinner, Jim. But either way, this woman here, I have lost every single ounce of respect for, because apparently the rules don't apply to rich people. I understand she had her 30th birthday party. It's a big birthday, don't get me wrong, 30. You know, we've all got to get to a milestone. 30's not a bad one. But this is what makes me laugh, okay? Bear with me, let's roll with it. So what she's done was accidentally arrange a birthday party, accidentally had it at a venue that shouldn't have had it because, you know, lockdown and stuff, and then accidentally invited over 30 people. Accidentally. And then when she was grassed up, and let's face it, she was grassed up, she then voluntarily paid a £10,000 fine, and more than likely the fine of every other person in that party as well, because she knew, and this is my head thinking now, she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew there was going to be a fine, but she thought, you know what, screw it, it's fine. We'll have my birthday party anyway, and any fines that come along my way, I'll just pay them because I'm rich. The rules don't apply to me. It's almost like rich people seem to think COVID-19 doesn't affect them. Rules don't apply to rich people, and apparently COVID-19 stays away from rich people as well. So you, Rita, are an idiot. Yes, you are. Another reason why I think she's an idiot is not only did she have a party where she shouldn't have had a party, where her and all of her cronies, whether they're celebrities or not, went to that party as well. Shame on them. She also should have been isolating anyway because she'd flown back recently from Egypt. So why, explain to me, did she do this? It seems to me that she's an idiot. COVID-idiot. And I've lost all respect for this woman right here. All of it. Gone. All gone. Not going to watch her on the telly. Not going to listen to her music. Nah, sorry. That's all it takes for me. I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry. Let me read some of these comments. James says, my bariatric surgery. Hi, Chris. It's James. Call you on the 18th December. Okay. Let me know what's going on. I really am interested in what's happening with personal stuff. Hi Chris, how you doing, pal? Says Ross McGarry. Hiya Chris, hope you're doing well. Says Sarah's Random Videos. Talk about Kate Burley. I don't want to talk about Kate Burley. But you know, all I'm saying is rules don't apply to rich people. It's the same with people that are so rich they can drive in the bus lane. You might have heard this on Talk Radio this morning. You know, or people that are so rich they can park their car anywhere, whether it's a red line or a zigzag or whatever, and they'll just pay the fare or pay the fee, because it's parking. You know, Durham bus driver says, my youngest daughter has her first birthday on Christmas Day. Happy birthday. Unfortunately, there will be no party for her this year. I totally agree that rich people get away with the government rules. Boils my beep. Yeah, I understand. I get it. You see, it's frustrating. See, my little little boy turned 6 recently. My eldest boy, on the 4th of January, turns 12. And I would love to have parties for them and have their friends round, but I'm not going to because it's the right thing to do. Lee Jones says, hope you and your family are okay. I'm really up. We're good, to be fair. But I cannot stand rich little white girls, you know, or just rich people in general that seem to think it's okay to flout the rules because of the amount of wealth they've got. So I've lost all respect for her. However, moving on to someone completely different, someone I've got a lot of respect for, is this woman here, Margaret Keenan. Margaret Keenan is the first woman in the UK to receive the Pfizer BioNTech or BioNTech vaccine. This woman here is an inspiration to all you naysayers out there who seem to think the vaccine is a bad thing. This is a 90-year-old woman who is quite happy to take a vaccine to protect her and other people around her. So if she's willing to take it, so should you. And when it's my turn, because no doubt I'll get a letter through the post at some point, I will have no problem. I'll even hop, skip and jump down to the doctor's surgery and say, there you go, stick it in me. There's so many people out there that for some bonkers reason seem to think that this is going to be a no good vaccine. They seem to think it's rushed. Now the difference between rushed and something being worked on a lot are two very different things. Rushed, to me, implies that there's been no care taken over something. Working fast on something is different. It's the difference between quick and fast in a car. Yeah? A car going from 0 to 60 very quickly is quick. However, that car might only end up doing a top speed of 90. Not very fast though. But you could have something that's quick at 60 mile an hour, getting from that to that, and then end up with a top speed of 300 miles per hour. That's fast. This vaccine has been fast, not quick. It's not been rushed. It's been worked on. It's been worked on a lot. In fact, it's been worked on 24 hours a day since COVID happened. And because of that, and because of the amount of medical science we have and the technology involved, we're able to say, you know what? We have a vaccine now. So it's not been rushed. And I'm more than happy to take it. I'm more than happy for my kids to take it. I'm more than happy for my missus to take it. I'm more than happy for my mum to take it, my dad to take it. If my nan was alive, bless her, it would have been her 98th birthday a few days back. If she was alive, I would encourage her to take it. It is safe. The most you'll get out of it is a headache and a sore arm. But more importantly, you're protected. So that's just my opinion. So again, this woman here, Margaret Keenan, this picture will go down in history. Or a picture similar to this one. Apart from this woman's backside being a bit in the frame. But no, do you know what? Congratulations to Margaret Keenan, and thank you to all of the nursing staff and NHS professionals and even the cleaning staff that work within the NHS. Thank you so much, because without you, we wouldn't have this amazing NHS that we all rely on every single day. So let me get rid of that again. Kieran Gallagher says, rich people get away with everything and it annoys me. It annoys me too, very, very much. I saw her get the vaccine on TV this morning. Yep. It was around about 6:30. Bradford on Avon Co-op store. Safe because the TV tells you so. No. And if you do work for the Avon Co-op store in Bradford, be very careful if that's a business. It's not a case of the TV tells me so. It's a case of common sense tells me so. I would rather have a vaccine which gives me the potential to be protected rather than getting COVID-19 in my weakened immune system state and dying. It's as simple as that. You know, it's why is there still no cure for all cancers or a cure for the cold? I can tell you exactly the reason why there's no cure for cancer. It's because there's so many different types of cancer. You cannot just outright cure cancer. I can say this because within the last year I've had cancer. You might even be new to this channel. You can go and follow my story back from August last year. there's many different treatments for cancer. Unfortunately, cancer rears its ugly head in many different ways. It could be skin cancer, it could be blood cancer, it could be a tumor of the brain, it could be a lymphoma, like what I had. There's you can't just cure cancer. Cancer is a nasty thing which manifests in many different ways. So you can't just say we have a cure for cancer. The reason why you can't cure the common cold is purely because the common cold mutates constantly. But, and here's the big but, the reason why we can't cure the cold because it mutates constantly, and it's a pointless exercise, is because it is so common. You've probably had a cold this year about 5 times. 4 out of those 5, you probably wouldn't have even noticed it because your body does an amazing job fighting it off. The cold is probably the most common thing for a human to get and be ill with, and we deal with it very well, which is why one of the vaccines is actually derived from a common cold virus. Did you know that? Because the human body can literally deal with a cold so well, it's been bioengineered to work as if the body thinks it's a cold, but it's not. It has the coronavirus genetic makeup in it. I believe that's how it works anyway. So that's why you can't cure cancer at the moment anyway. And that's why you can't, and it's pointless curing the common cold because the human body does an amazing job of it. Unclean. And on about cancer as well, the human body actually fights cancer 24 hours a day. It's just in some very low instances, the human body loses that fight and you end up with cancer. But the body itself actually is fighting cancer every single day. So if you didn't know that, go look that up. So let me read some more of these comments. Let me finish reading this one actually from Bradford on Avon Co-op store. But you can come up with it in 8 months. Sounds like money-making scheme to me. Not to mention the fact that the tests are, well, let me just stop you there. These companies are not making a profit on this. They're not making a profit on it. They're literally charging the costs of the materials and chemicals used and wages, but they're not making a profit on it. So I don't know where you're getting that information from, but none of these vaccine companies are making a profit on it. They're literally balancing out what they've spent to what their wages are to research costs, but none of it is profit. Ross McGarry says only celebrities have time for is Claire, Goose, David Jason, and Tom Hanks. I've made my mind up about the vaccine, but I'll be going for it even with my MS. Do you know what? Go for it. The worst that can happen is you'll get a sore arm. Inaccurate people sending back unused tests back, and they're coming back positive. Do you know what? It's better to have a inaccurate positive than an inaccurate negative. Let that sink in. I would rather go and get tested and be told I'm positive when I'm negative, so I can literally isolate just to be sure, rather than be told you are negative and for me to actually be positive. Mind blown. Durham bus driver deleted a message and then puts another one. Only reason unused tests come back positive is the government using the worst case scenarios. People get a test, don't do it and send it back. They have to put it down as possible positive. Again, there is that to it as well. So it's pointless moaning about it. And this is what makes me laugh the most. All you lefties out there, and I've always said this, I'm not a leftist or a rightist, I'm a common sensist. I will always put my allegiance in politics with whoever chats the most common sense at the time. But it has become very politicised, COVID-19. You see, everyone's saying, or not everyone, but there are people saying that the Conservative government haven't spent enough money, or they've spent too much money, or we'll end up paying for this for the next 150 years in taxes, blah, 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 blah. But what you need to understand is this is a type of government which spends money. It is. It is what it is. You see, it's not a socialist government, but it still spends money. And it also likes to make money. And excuse my ignorance here, but I've forgotten the name of right-wing politics, so please someone drop a comment down below. But left-wing politics is socialist politics. And the reason why that is the worst thing at the moment is because for all the money, capitalism, that's it, yes. So right-wing politics in this country is capitalism. So obviously it's about making a profit and putting that back into reinvesting it. But however, what you've got to look at is for the amount of money that's been spent, and a lot of money, billions and billions of pounds have been spent on coronavirus, on lockdowns, on furlough, on God knows how many other benefits people are getting, trying to keep afloat, and God knows what. A lot of money's been spent. If this was a socialist Labour government, which loves spending money, by the way, they literally love spending money. I actually think it would be worse for this country in the long run, because for the amount of money they're always saying that they'd spend, they would have also spent the same, if not more amount of money on coronavirus, which is what the Conservative government spent. Which means in the long term, the bigger picture is if we had a Labour government, you and your children and your children's children and your children's children's children would end up paying back more money back into the coffers of the Treasury. So for all of you people that moan, and I mean this sincerely, listen very carefully. To all you COVIDiots out there and the rich who seem to think the rules don't apply to you. The rules apply to everyone. And if everyone up and down the country had followed the rules the first time round, we wouldn't have ended up with restrictions a second time around. Okay? You are the first people to complain when there's a lockdown. However, you are the first people to go out and be idiots with the little freedoms that we have, which then cause us to go back into lockdown. You then have a go at the government for putting in restrictions which are there because of you, and then say when their restrictions are eased off that not enough's been done. So when something does happen, you start moaning at them, and yet it's your fault it's spreading. I am waffling an awful lot. I just can't take idiots anymore. We've literally come out of a second lockdown, and it's not been a lockdown really, it's been heavy restrictions. But either way, we've had this, and we've got a tiering system which is unfair up and down the country. But it wouldn't have had to be that way if people just did as they were asked in the first place. North of the country has been hit the worst with COVID-19. It was disgusting when kids got their exam results and then they were told to stay in uni, you can't go anywhere. And then they moaned about that. They moaned about it, and yet they went out partying when they got their A-level results and this, that and the other. And that is how it spread. That's the reason. People are saying, but COVID doesn't know when you're at the pub, and COVID this and COVID that and restrictions this. The reason why pubs close. The reason why pubs close is when people have a drink of an evening, the mind goes into drunk mode. And then you end up cramming together, not really caring about what's happening. You don't care about social distancing. This is the reason why there's a restriction in pubs. If you've got a restaurant and you've got people having a meal around a table, it is a less of a risk because you're in your own table away from other people, and then the people that serve you your food, they come along wearing masks, they serve you your food. Once you're gone, everything gets sterilised and cleaned, hopefully. But in a pub, if you're sitting down having a drink and that alcohol takes a hold of your brain, think about that for a sec. Drunk people are stupid. Drunk people dumb. This is one of the reasons why I very, very rarely drink. Because even I can be a prick when I'm drunk. Yes, I can be a prick most of the time, to be honest with you. But that's the way it is. Let me read some more of these comments. You're looking really, really well, Chris, especially after the journey you've had gone down. as I've followed you a long time now. Durham Bus Driver, I really appreciate the support, and I really appreciate your kind words. And for those who don't know, I have said this many times before, and the only reason I keep banging on about it is because I want people to go and get themselves tested if they have any kind of symptom similar to mine. So I'll bleat on about, yes, I'm in remission, I'm a cancer patient, whatever. But the only reason I talk about it is because too many men and women out there have the same symptoms that I had, and they put it off and they ignore it and they don't go and get tested, and then before you know it, it's too late. And there we go. Please give me 1 second. This is a live stream and someone's knocking on my front door. Oh, yeah, third floor. Hi everyone, the joys of going live at home without knowing exactly what's turning up today. Give me just 2 minutes, I've got an Amazon delivery. Thank you very much. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? So, funny story. The guy that just knocked on the door gets halfway up the stairs and then starts walking back down the stairs because apparently he has the wrong package in his hand, which is supposed to be come in here. So, about to go back to his van to get the package to come back. But how would he know what one to ring if he didn't have it in his hand in the first place? So, give me 1 sec, please don't leave. Talk among yourselves in the comment section down below. I will come back imminently and read all the comments. Please stay. And he's back again. There we go. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging on. If anyone has just joined and you've seen an empty living room, please accept my apologies. I was just taking an Amazon delivery. Let me read some more of these comments. Thank you very much, everyone, for holding on. I agree, Chris. Common sense, like yourself, pal. Top man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Durham Bus Driver, I've also followed Chris for a long time as he talks a lot of sense, pal. Thanks, Ross. Really appreciate that. I totally agree, Ross McGarry. He's a straight to the point and honest. I do try. That's what we like from the UK government. Chris for Prime Minister. Oh, thank you very much. Do you know the weird thing is you're not the only one to say that. There's a few people that I've noticed in the comment section over the last year that have said Chris for PM. Chris for PM, Chris for PM. It's got a nice ring to it. I just don't have the funding. Otherwise, I really would set up the Common Sense Party. I agree with you. Thank you very much. Hello, Adam Carr. I hope you guys are well. Hi, Mark. Durham Bus Driver. I hope you're okay. I love the conversation that's going on in the comments section. You guys are brilliant. I really do enjoy it. But this is what this is as we're getting back on track. Rich people do not care. I understand why they don't care, because they have the funding to pay whatever fines they want. However, if that was me, if I did something like that and got caught, not only would I be liable for a 10 grand fine, which I would never be able to pay, I would also more than likely lose my job. I'd probably lose my home. I'd probably lose my relationship. because of something that I did that was completely stupid. And yet rich people seem to get away with that. And I'm not a fan of that at all. So there we go. On about relationships, I'd just like to say to my missus a happy anniversary, because today is my anniversary. Well, me and the missus have been together 15 years. 15 years! That's a long time. And she's loved my life. And she's probably never, ever, ever going to watch this. But either way, just I have to say it out there for the world to hear that Hayley Rose, I love you lots. You have been the light in my life for 15 years. And love you lots. But there we go. Spot on, Sarah. I had a bad 3 months, hence why I haven't done any videos for a while. Now it's a change of scene, work-wise, might be a positive thing, but still driving at a different location. Well, as long as you're still about. But where was I? Well, I've got to try and back on track to where I was. Yes, that's it, the cancer thing. So my symptoms were a bleed from the back passage. I know it's not the sort of thing you want to hear on a Tuesday morning at 9 minutes past 10, but that is what it was. And I thought it was nothing. And I thought it was going to go away. I thought it might have been hemorrhoids. And it got to a point where I thought, let me go and see a doctor. And because I was so stubborn, I left it for about 2 or 3 months because of my manliness. Manliness got in the way. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to see a doctor. And it was the best thing I ever done. Yes, it was uncomfortable and it was a bit embarrassing, but it saved my life. And that's the reason why I bang on about that. That's the reason why I harp on constantly about people being stupid about this COVID-19 malarkey. Because I am a high risk. I've been through months and months and months of chemotherapy. 5 different types of chemotherapy a day. In fact, I lost a lot of weight. I did lose all my hair, all over my body, funnily enough. You know, I actually felt like the chemo was killing me more than the cancer. But I'm still a high risk, and I get letters from the government and from the hospital on a regular basis telling me you are still high risk, you need to do this, you need to do that. So when I start seeing people do stupid things, socialising outside, within the rules, outside of the rules, doing things they shouldn't be doing, spreading COVID-19 without realising it, it drives me mad because I want to do those things. I want to see my family. I want to see my friends. I want to go and have a drink. I want to go and have a party. And you know what? I could do all of those things, but I'm not going to because I'm not an idiot. I can't say it again. This woman here is an absolute numpty. And she got away with it because she's rich. And this woman is an absolute hero for being the first woman in the UK, the first person in the UK to have a COVID vaccine. And she done it willingly. No one forced her to do it. She wanted to have it because she's not thick. So there we go. Transport Hub says, hi, Jack, how are you? I'm on first name terms with people. I'm good like that. It just drives me mad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go. I've been doing this live for the best part of 28 minutes and 45 seconds. I need a coffee. I need a wee. I need food. I'm going to do all of those things. After I say to you, if this is your first time joining me, welcome to Real Talk. My name's Chris. You've caught me on a bit of a funny one on a Tuesday morning. If you like what you see, subscribe. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't like it, be honest about it. Hit the dislike button, but tell me why. Don't be a knob, otherwise I will block you. Stay safe, social distance, wash your hands. Love you lots. See you later. Goodbye. Mwah.